Hi folks, so what I've got for you today is the first gameplay video for Mantic's new naval combat game Armada, which is a fantasy naval combat game set in the Kings of War universe. It's available for pre-order now. I'll put a link down in the description where you can go and order it with 20% off. And it basically ships, I think, on November on November the 21st. So you can pre-order it now for delivery next month. This game is new to me as well, so I'm sure I might make a couple of mistakes, so please forgive that, but you'll be able to tell whether the gameplay is something that interests you. Also, I'm in the northeast of England. We are now approaching a second lockdown as well, so getting an opponent to play this game proved to be more difficult because I can't have anybody to my home, so my wife very kindly stepped in. She didn't really want to be on camera, so I've tried my best to keep her face off the camera, but yeah, she stepped in at the last minute and helped me record this, so any thumbs up and likes in the comments will be much appreciated for her. If this is something you're interested in, please do consider subscribing. I'll be covering more Armada content in the coming weeks and months. And without further ado, let's go ahead and watch it. So we're going to take you through the initial playthrough, and we're going to do scenario 1, which is Maritime Patrol. It's the straightforward kind of pitched battle. We're just basically trying to damage each other, and I've put a couple of islands in there just to make it a little bit more interesting. I'd recommend when you're playing your first game, don't play with any terrain, just to get your head around the rules, and then basically once you're a bit more au fait with it, yeah, you can put a bit of terrain in there to try and avoid. I've already showed you the two fleets that we're doing, the hunters, the Dwarfs, and the Basilean ships. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to start the game and how to set it up. So you'll see we've just put some dice on the board here. Essentially, this is my deployment area, and Lou, that is yours there with the blue dice as well. So what we do is we roll a dice each to see who deploys the ship first. So you've got a 5, and I've got a 1. So you get the choice basically. Normally what would happen is you get a choice of which side you will want to play on. We're obviously not going to switch sides on this one. But you get to deploy one of your ships first. So at this point, folks, remember, we don't know which way the wind's blown, so we don't know which ships are going to activate in which order. So essentially you can just get started and pop one of your...
I'm going to choose... My hunter's going to go... here.
Is there any thoughts behind it, why you're starting at the back edge rather than starting further forward?
It can move 5 inches, so I don't want to be...
You don't want to be too far from the rock. Okay, right. So I'm going to deploy one of mine now, and I think that's your small ship, and it's the weakest. So I might try something a little bit different, and I think I might pop my Abyss, which is my big ship, and I'll pop it there, and it's a little bit slower, so I wanted to try and get a bit further forward. So then it's back to you again. You get to deploy a ship.
I'm going to go for my Grimstone. I'm going to put it to the edge here.
So you're trying to steal the initiative if the wind comes on from that side of the board.
Indeed.
Good stuff. I think I'm going to put my Eloy on this side as well. Try and avoid those rocks. In fact, I think what I'll do is I might try and flank you a little bit there, and then it's back to you.
And then the Fury is going to start middle and centre.
It's good as anything, isn't it? And then I've got my gun brig, which is kind of like my small sort of weaker ship, and I think that one might need a little bit of support. So not getting too close. We'll put it here alongside my Abyss. So that's us. We've deployed now, so we can take those dice off the table. Because if you want to take those 2 blue dice off now, so we're ready to go for that one. Next one we need to do is, before we know which order they're going to work in, we need to find out which way the wind's going to blow. And what we do is we roll a dice. If you can roll it, yep. On a 1 to a 3, it's a 1. On a 1 to a 3, let me just double check. I think it comes from the west. It's going to be the other one now, obviously, isn't it? It's from a 1 to a 3, it comes in from the west. So this is the east side here. This is the west side. So what you do is, if I can find it,
west there.
no, well, actually, do you know what it is? I've been doing it because it says E on there, and it says W on there.
That's
So
the compass direction.
you're right. Let's do it the right way then. So it comes in from the west side. And what you do is you've got this little wind rose,
Yeah.
and you pop that on there, and that shows us which way the wind's blowing. And essentially now what happens is if I can get a tape measure just to show you, is that the wind basically sweeps across the entire board now like this, and it comes down, and the first ship that it hits is the first one to activate, and then you just go through in order across all of the different ships. And that's essentially, that doesn't matter whether you've got sails on your ship or whether you've got an engine in your ship. That's how they activate. So I get to go first here with the Abyss. And essentially, as I said before, all we're trying to do is just destroy each other and not crash if we can help it. So the Abyss moves, has a movement of 4. You'll see in the corner of the card here where it says M4, and everything starts battle speed. Everything starts at normal battle speed. So it moves 4 inches, 4 knots. So it comes up to here. And then after each sort of movement section, if you like, you get to make a turn, and you can shoot also as well if you want to. So we're going to make a slight turn here. And I think what we'll do is, let's come across this way slightly. And then we're going to move again. So we'll do the second movement. And that basically comes to here. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to just turn my broadsides. I just want to measure my gun brig there. Should be okay. I'm going to turn my broadsides towards you just a little bit more there. So I've moved now. Now I get to try and shoot you. I can't shoot from the side here because basically the way the broadsides work is it's at an angle, so I'm nowhere near you. My Abyss does have forward facing guns as well, and you can use this template here to basically see that one. So in theory that one could hit onto this ship, but it can also hit the one at the far side. And she has light guns. Light guns have a range of 14 inches. So I'm out of range to shoot you at this turn. So basically that is the end of the Abyss's turn. Put the token on there to say that it's been done. And then we move the wind across the next one, and the next one is your hunter. So you get to act.
Okay, so I can move 5. And I move 5 forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a red motion.
And your hunter doesn't have any forward or rear cannons?
No, just side.
So
just side. So I'm going to move 5.
yeah.
And then
That's right, yeah. You're going to try and just turn basically to make sure I'm within. So there's there is 3 different states you can be in. You can have complete visibility, which means that the lines that basically come down from the side of that, there's nothing obstructing it, and more than half of the ship is in that front there.
yeah.
You can have partially visible, which is when it's something is obstructing it, but you can still see it. Or you can have completely obscured. So things like islands and other ships will cause that to happen. As it happens, you've got sort of complete visibility there.
So I've got 3L.
So 3L is your light weapons. Red. So you're going to roll 3 red dice. We'll just check some ranges first. So basically, you measure between the 2 shortest positions.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit measure there, but you are slightly
just over 10, but within the 14.
Just over 10 within the 14. So the weapons have a range of 14. There's a number of different modifiers. Those dice, in order to hit me, you need to hit a 6 or more. And then if we go down through the different modifiers, and we'll just do this for the first one so people can understand what they are. The first one is the target over 10 inches away? We know that it is. So that means that it's a -1. So 6 comes down to 7 now. However, I'm a large ship. So you actually get +1 because I'm easy to hit because of the size. So you're back to 6s now.
Yeah.
There's a number of different things like what kind of crew you have, what speed you're sailing at, and if we've got like evasive moves and things. But none of those are relevant for this particular fight, for this particular shooting action. So you're 6 pluses.
1 9.
So 2 missed, 1 9. Those light weapons do 1 point of damage. So you've done 1 point of damage to my ship, and then I basically place a damage marker on the card.
Okay.
And then if you place your activation token,
Yep.
and then that means that you're done. So I know my Abyss is activated, so the next one is my Gunbreak here. So my Gunbreak has a movement of 4, so I'm going to be sailing pretty close to this one here, so we move up to 4. I luckily just miss it there. The actual front of the ship's touching it, but it's not. The base is not. It's the base that's important. It moves on the red move there, so no surprising. I'm going to be turning it away from my own ship. That's its first move, and then a second move. I'm going to move it another 4 inches or 4 knots, and move to there. And then I think I'm going to, what I'll do is I'm just going to put that there just to mark that ship. So I can move that out of the way just while I get this in. And then I'm going to turn to the side there as well. And then we'll put this one back. So I've done 2 bits of movement there. And I'm going to try and shoot your small ship there, your hunter. So again, I've got on my Gunbreak, I've got 2 light weapons. I assume I'm outside of 10 inches, which I am. So my 6s come down to 7s, and because you're a small ship, my 7s come down to 8s. So I'm rolling 2 dice. I need 8, 9s, and 10s.
Yeah.
And I miss with both of them, a 6 and a 7. So no damage there. So next one is
So I'm going.
is your Grimstone.
It's my Fury.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
This
it's
one.
just the way the cards are, yeah.
So I'm going to go. Got movement of 4. And I'll go.
What do you think?
I'm going to move again. I'm not going to turn.
you
I don't have to turn yet, do I?
No, you don't have to do it. Actually, just before you do, if you go back a second, right, what you can do is you can fire your front weapon now,
I'm in a side one after.
and then
But it's only close combat for the.
is it all right?
Yeah,
Okay, so
so
close
can't do
combat
that.
8 inches. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Good
That's
tip.
Then you're gonna turn to the side there. And you're gonna fire down on this big ship here.
Yeah.
Right. So if we just get the tape measure and just check to make sure. So yeah, it's. Could you have turned any more there? Can you remember or not? Did you turn your maximum amount?
I was straight, wasn't I? So I must have moved from. Yeah, I would pretty much move the
Okay.
give or take.
Because actually, like movement is quite important because it could be the difference between you seeing more than half of my ship or less than half, and if it's more than half, obviously there's not benefits. There's negative modifiers if you see less than half. Anyway, you're in range there, so that is 11 inches to the front. So what you do now is you look at your ship card. So this is your Fury. What's your side here? Your broadside
2H.
weapons. So that is 2 heavy. The different coloured dice for the different weapons, it's not really, like at the moment, it doesn't make much difference. But for some of your ships, you'll notice, like for example, my Abyss has 3 heavy, 2 light, and 2 close combat along the side. And because they do different amounts of damage, it's so that you can tell which ones have hit and which ones have missed. That's the reason
But
why.
you wouldn't throw them at the same time, would you?
Yeah, you would. So shooting from the side of the ship, you could shoot
all at the
those.
same time. Okay.
So right, so you're basically you're over 10 inches, so it goes up to 7. I'm a big ship, however, so it comes back down by 1, I think it is. My target size. Yeah, so you're back to 6. You've got full visibility, so you're hitting on 6s.
No,
3
1
and
and
1.
a 3.
Tracking dice tonight, yeah. So that one is activated. So again, we can move across. Next one here is my alloy.
Yeah.
So we're going to move that one. And I'm going to try and be a little bit more sneaky, I think. And my alloy is slightly faster. It moves 5. So we'll start with 5 to here. I'm going to turn it very slightly, not enough to crash into the rocks, but just enough to stay tight there. And then we're going to move it a second time. Actually, Do I want to move it just yet? Yeah, I'm just going to move. I was deciding whether I should try and shoot one of these before I moved again. But
Does it not have to be directly though within you?
yeah, it does. That's why. Yeah, but I was wondering whether I could have done it with less movement or move slightly the other way. So that puts me there, and then I'll move very slightly that way. And that's all of my ships activated now. So you get to do your last one now.
Okay. So this is my Grimstone. It's got side and front weapons. And it moves 4. I'll start with 4 forward. And a slight movement to there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to shoot my 2 heavy front weapon.
Well, I would suggest you do your second move and do it if you want to. But it depends how far away you are. If you're less than 10, aren't you? So, and how far?
I can use a different weapon after my second move, can't I?
You can if you turn, if you've got enough angle to turn. You want to try that? Let's see what happens.
Just go for it, please.
Okay, yeah. So, right, just do as you're told. Okay. So which gun are you firing?
2H.
So it's 2 heavy, which has got a range of 14. So you're right, a range of 20 inches. You are you're in range. You're less than 10. I'm not a small ship. I am partially obscured by the rocks. You can see me, but more than half my ship is obscured by the rocks. I think it's -1 for that. Partially visible, yeah. So you're hitting on 7s.
Hitting on 7s. 1 7.
So 1 hit, so that does 2 damage. And that is on my alloy, isn't it? Yes. Yep. So we'll put 2 damage on there.
Then I'm going to move another 4. And this time...
actually, just before you activate there, just ignore me. It's your other one that's got the flame belchers on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. It was the other ship.
I'm going to do a sideways.
Right, so we'll just double check the tape measure to see which one's hitting. You could have turned a little bit more as well, couldn't you? Or could you not? There's more than half the ship, more than half of it's visible anyway.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and hit this one.
So 4 H's.
So let me just... So just use 4 dice. It doesn't matter what color. It doesn't matter what color because they're all the same one.
Okay.
So you're over 10 inches. You're hitting a small chip, so it's -1.
Yeah.
-1 as well for being over 8, not 8.
1 8.
1 8. So that does 2 damage to me. So those heavy ones do 2 damage. So you're chipping away. And once we start to take a little bit more damage, I'll come in and I'll explain things about like nerve values and full damage and stuff, or ship points as they're called in this game now. So that's it essentially. That's the end of turn 1. We'll clean up the tokens and we'll come back for turn 2. Okay, so we're coming back with turn 2 now. First thing that we need to do is we need to roll 2d6. So Lou, if you want to do that, and this will tell us if the wind changes direction.
7.
You've rolled 7 there, so on a 5 to 9, there's no change to the wind direction. So we are, again, we're coming across the board from the, as you can see on camera there, from the top of the board coming down, and the first one to activate will be my Abyss. So... could you pass me the measure tools there, please?
Sorry.
For those that kind of looking at this as well, these gauges and stuff that I've got, these are the same designs that you'll get in the starter boxes. However, these are basically this sticky sort of sticky paper onto bits of foam core. They weren't ready, so if you're thinking they're nice and thick, this is not what you'll get. These are homemade versions. So the Abyss moves 4 inches. So I think what we need to do is we need to move 4 inches, unsurprisingly. And you have to move the full rate of knots. I've chosen not to change the speed of the ship at this time as well. But what I am going to do is I am going to turn this way. And...
Going from hunter.
I am. I'm just checking to see if there's more than half. Yeah, there is more than half of your ship there. if I look through that way.
Yeah.
So I'm okay there. So I'm going to shoot you with my front cannon. I've got one heavy weapon to shoot with. So I am less than 8 inches away. I'll check it just for completeness, but I'm pretty sure just by eyeballing it there. Yeah, it's probably about 6.5. So I'm less than 10 inches away. You are a small ship though, so it's -1. So I'm hitting on a 7. It's a 1. My successful dice rolling continues. And then what we'll do is we'll then move another 4 inches to here. And then I think what I'll do is we'll turn to give you my broadsides there. We'll turn there, I think. So I'm going to fire all my broadsides at your Fury. So my broadsides, I have 3 heavy cannons or heavy weapons. I have 2 light, and I also have 2 close combat. And I'll check the distance as well, but I'm pretty sure I'm within the 8 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably more like about 5 there. So I basically roll all of these, and there are no modifiers. You're not a small ship. I'm not outside of range. There's been nothing else. So all of these 6s. I wouldn't worry in your face. I wouldn't worry. You see my dice rolling. So, right. So we'll take away all the misses, which is all of them. Oh, that's the 7. I thought was a 1 there. So
6 and 8.
Right.
1 of each.
1 of each. So the heavy weapons do 2 points of damage.
Yeah.
The light weapons do 1 point of damage, which is 3.
Yeah.
And then the close combat do 3. So it's 6 in total. So 6 points of damage to your Fury there. And that is my Abyss has activated.
Okay. So my Hunter, yeah.
Well, sorry, yes, yeah, the Hunter's the next one that's activated.
There's a bit of a problem here, haven't I? I'm going to bang into my own ship.
That's not a bad thing. It means we get to explain how collisions work. So you need to move your full distance, right? So basically you move up to the point where you collide, right? Now what you need to do is you need to try and evade. And the way you evade is both ships roll a skill test to see if the crews that are on board are capable of actually avoiding that.
Okay.
So the way you do that is you take a d6. So we'll roll 1 for the ship that's sailing there. And the skill test depends upon the skill of your crews. Every crew on the board here, just to keep it simple, is regular. And that means that you are rolling, I think it's a 5+, sorry.
Oh.
A 5+, sorry, on a d6. Let me just double check that. Yeah, it's a 5+ for regular crews. So this one is for your first ship.
From a Hunter?
Yeah, it's a 1. So you roll again for the other one.
A 1.
Okay, so basically what happened is the ships have collided. The crews tried to get out of the way and they couldn't manage it.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just double check this one again. So colliding. Oh, sorry, if one ship is 2 sizes smaller, which it's not, it gets... Oh, you got a +1 modifier to your skill test. You got low.
Oh yeah, it was never going to make a difference.
Yes. So basically, what you do then is you take a D10. And it says for each size larger than the other ship. So you roll. Let's roll for this first one. It's smaller, so you just roll 1 D10.
Okay.
So roll that.
8.
8. So the small ship takes 8 damage. Ooh. So if you take some damage tokens there and pop them on.
Got 8 to take this little beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same for the big one.
And then you roll 2 dice because it is a size bigger.
11.
Sorry, the 8. I should have said the 8 damage goes on the Fury. That's how much damage the small ship has done to the big one.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And then basically you've done 11 damage to the smaller ship.
Oof, that's not very happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So
When you move to one, start getting moving.
Yeah, you do get to move because now essentially basically what happens is you essentially kind of like bounce away from it.
Yeah. Okay.
So what you do is you move it the smallest amount possible that you can carry on your move without hitting it again.
Okay.
Okay, so that kind of aligns it. However, the problem is you've now got 11 damage, which is your nerve value.
Yeah.
So you've got a total of 15 ship points. Once you hit 11, you start to become what's called crippled. You can't move any faster than battle speed, right? So basically you can't go at like 3 speed move. You can only go up to the 2 that you're doing now.
Right.
You half the number of each type of weapon that you're shooting. So what's your weapon skill on?
3 Ls.
So basically you half it and round it up. So you're shooting 2s now instead of 3s. You half your crew's strength. So if we're doing any boarding actions, your crew is half of its strength now.
Yeah.
And whenever you activate within 10 inches of non-surrendered enemy ships, which is me, of medium size or greater, you must make a skill test to avoid surrendering. So you're not activating at the moment because you've already activated. This is part of that. But next turn when you activate, if I'm within 10 inches of you, you need to do a skill test to see if you surrender.
But I can move my other for now, my other 5 inches.
Yeah, so now you can move your other 5.
I'm not worrying about the next one.
Yeah.
Do this one first.
Yeah, let's see if you get that far, eh? Okay.
And I'm
Do you want to turn that? Do you want me to move? See what I'll just do. If
that.
Yeah, that's
Just move
perfect.
that
Yeah,
away.
just move that one and then you can.
I'll go for that dude.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah,
May as
go on.
well. I've just
Yeah, you
got
can.
nothing to lose now. But
Remember, you're rounding. You're firing 2 instead of 3.
2
now,
instead of
so-
3, yeah. So
Yeah.
two Ls.
Yeah. So you're outside of 3 inches, which means you're not in close, like in point blank range. You're
3 inches is that what it needs to be for an L.
no. So for a light weapon, you got to be within 14 inches range. That's how far your cannons
Yeah.
can shoot. When you're actually shooting, if you're within 3 inches, it's classed as basically point blank range, and you get a benefit for that.
Right, okay,
It's
sorry,
definitely been
yeah.
close enough for me to kind of cover that yet.
Yeah, okay.
But you are within 10, so you don't lose anything for that. You're hitting a big ship, which
Yeah.
makes it easier. So your 6s become 5s now.
None.
And you missed. Typical. That's what happens after you've crashed. Actually, do you know what? I've got a feeling after you've collided, you might not be able to shoot.
Oh well.
Let me
didn't
just
get you
double check
anyway.
that one, just so I make sure I get the rules right. I think basically what happens is your crew is so shook up that basically they're not in any kind of position to be
Just
trying to
proves that
shoot.
they're not, to be fair.
Actually, you weren't supposed to do the second move. Basically, once you've crashed,
So I need
that's
to
it.
be back here.
Yeah. So
You want to just
well, basically what we did was we moved you to here, didn't you? You crashed in and then we aligned you to
Yeah.
the side there. Yeah. So we'll just move you back anyway. So you live and learn. So basically what happens is once you've collided, that's it. You moves over.
Fine.
You don't get to do anything more. I missed that bit. Okay. So the wind's moving across. That was you. It's now down to my gun brig here.
yeah.
Now, your ship there is looking way too tasty for me not to try and do something with it. Could you pass the measuring stuff, please? I think the problem I've got is I'm a little bit too far away to be doing anything about this. So let's move 4 to here, and let's turn. You know what is? I'm not going to fire just yet, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go again, move 4, and I'm not quite. There's something basically called Rake and Fire, which is when you shoot from the broadsides right the way down the length of the ship, but the whole ship needs to basically be in that
Yeah.
section there, and it's not. Basically, your front is outside of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to turn slightly to make sure my broadsides hit this ship. Because what you have to do when you've got regular crew, if there's 2 ships you can hit, your crew isn't experienced enough to choose which one to hit, so you always hit the closest.
Right.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to try and hit your Fury there with the side, the 2 light weapons. So we will do. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've got the colours ready for this. Standard 6s, because there's nothing that's in the way. And we'll try and see if we can hit you. So a 4 and a 7. So it does 1 point of damage. We haven't hit any yet. That's on your Fury. We haven't done any yet, but if you get a 10, which
Yeah.
is a critical damage, there's a table which means like some extra things happen.
Okay.
But we've not rolled that yet. How many points of damage have you taken?
15.
15. You might just want to tie it a little bit with a 10 and a 5 rather than having.
I just need a 10. I've already got a 5.
There you go. Just so it's on the other side of that 5. It just makes it easier for me to see and for you to see as well. So that was the Alohi that's just gone.
My go.
It is. It's your Fury next, isn't it?
Yes. So.
What you thinking?
Oh no, I'm just going to wing it.
So your first move.
Use my 2 H's.
You're going to shoot at that point, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So take 2 dice. Pull is less important when you're basically only rolling those.
Am I within 3 inches?
Right, if you are within 3 inches, right, there's a couple of things can happen here.
It's 2 H's actually.
Sorry?
It's 2 H's, does that not?
It just means that you do more damage with the heavy weapons.
Okay.
Let me just double check, because you can actually do a boarding action, but I think you have to finish. Let me check and see if you have to finish your entire movement before you do a boarding action, or if it's just once you get within 3 inches. After it's completed all of its moves and shoots, so you can't grapple until basically you come to a stop. So you're going to fire your 2. Is it 2 heavy weapons?
2 H's. Yeah.
2 H's. So now again we look down the different modifiers. You are less than 10, but you're also within 3, so that's classed as point blank range.
Yeah.
So your 6 now actually becomes a 4. So you're hitting on a 4. However, that's all right. Just leave those 2. You're hitting on a 4 at the moment. However, you are hitting a small ship, so it goes back up to a 5.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. So you've got 8 and a 4. 8 and a 4. So you've missed with 1, you've hit with you. It does 2 points of damage. So I'll put 2 points of damage on my gun brig, isn't it? So that puts me on 4.
Okay. And
you've got a second move to do as well.
4 again.
Well, if you're clever with this one, you might be able to turn. I don't know if you'll get away with it being able to turn to hit with your front guns.
The only one I'd be able to hit is through a rock.
Yeah, but if you can, you don't go all the way. If you can go slightly, so at least you can if you can draw a line to it, you'll still get to shoot, but it's obstructed. So you can draw a line, can't you, between my ship and your ship?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can still hit it, but
it's obstructed, so it's harder.
So it just makes it harder.
Okay. And so, hang on.
Is this the one with your flame belcher? Is it?
Yeah.
It is. Right. Well, let's see if it hits first, because then we'll.
It's only 1 C though. Is that not too far for a C?
It's 8 inches, isn't it, for a close combat?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So you're within 8.
Yeah.
Let's just double check the measurement. You are actually like 5 inches or something, just less than 5.
Just 1 dice.
So it's 1 dice. Let's go through what I'll do is I'll read through the whole list of things that can alter it.
Okay.
It just lets people know what the different modifiers are. So the first one is the range. It's not over 10, so you don't get that negative. You're not within 3, so you don't get that positive. So you're still at 6s. The crew, basically we're at regular, so it makes no difference there. If it was veterans, it would give you advantage. If we were inexperienced, it would drop it down.
Okay.
The speed of the ship, if you were at full speed, or I was at full speed, or any of us was anchored or grounded, that would affect it. It doesn't take into account. The target size, my ship is a medium size, your ship's a medium size, it makes no difference either. Visibility, your target's partially visible, you get a -1.
Okay.
So basically you're coming down from a 6 to a 7.
7, yeah.
And then the next one is indirect weapons, which we're not firing. There's snap fire, which we haven't done yet, but I'll explain that if it comes up. And then any evasive moves. So we didn't need to do any evasive moves.
Okay, and then it's the flame belcher. Does that not matter until I've actually
If you hit,
thrown?
then we'll talk about it. Because if you hit me, you can set me on fire.
Okay. 2. So I didn't hit you.
You didn't hit me. That's why we're
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that's yours done. The next one there. So if you want to put your activated token on, yeah, and then your Grimstone is the next one is going to activate.
Grimstone. go 4.
I don't like how close you are there.
I know. Neither do I. I'm gonna have to go.
I tell you what, if you let me just how far you can turn is this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have been able to turn a bit further, but the red one's a wider angle, I think.
And I've got 4 H's.
So you're gonna shoot me basically, aren't you?
Yeah.
I would say I think it's maybe less than half, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We'll say you can see half of it, so you get a clear shot.
Okay.
Because essentially the way it works is it's like a parallel kind of line coming down. Because you're not coming through this corner, I'm mistake. It's less than half of the ship that basically you can see. But
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Go on. What are you going to say?
Because of the angle you're at, I think I probably can see.
I'm not going to argue. I'm going to give you it anyway, but
Okay.
but I'm not entirely sure. But
So I'm throwing 4.
you're throwing 4 dice at me.
I'm within 3 inches.
Right. So there's a couple of things can happen after this one. Because you're in 3 inches, you're getting the +2 for being close. There's no difference in the size of the ships. We're saying that there's no no obstructions. So you get to roll 4 pluses. Okay. That's a bit of a better roll, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 and 5 and 2 6s.
Okay,
On
so-
6 and a 9, sorry, that one.
So these are all heavy weapons.
Yeah.
So they do 2 damage each. So that's
Okay.
8 points of damage. But hang on a second, because you've got another option of something you can do now. Now what you can do is you can do what's called a boarding action now. So basically, because you're within 3 inches at the end of your movement and shooting, you
I
can.
haven't done 2 movements.
Have you not? Okay, sorry. Ignore me then. Carry on.
I don't think have I? I think I've
No,
just
that
done
was just the first one. You're right. Yeah.
because I was worried I might go for the board when I was moving that last one.
Yeah. Ignore me then.
So now I'm not within, although I might still be. Hang on. So, which one is it again? Grimstone.
Yeah. Let me just check the back of the ship there. I think.
I need to move direction, otherwise I'll go off the board next to
Yeah.
you.
Okay. But you're going to move this. I tell you what. Move your ship and then we'll have a look at it. Because I think you're still within 3. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are, because I'm just measuring at the back there and it's like 3.5, so you will be at the front.
Okay.
So, because you've already shot these cannons on this side, you can't shoot them again.
Yeah.
Okay? But you've ended all of your movement phase within 3 inches of my ship. And what that means is you can basically throw grappling hooks.
Is that these things I've got here?
We've all got grappling hooks, but you've got a bonus to yours.
Right.
So basically what you can do is you can throw grappling hooks onto the ship. If you're successful, we pull the 2 ships together and then the crew basically start like climbing all over each other trying to fight. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to do a grappling action. Okay, so in order to grapple, basically you need to roll a crew, a skill check.
Okay.
So your skill check would normally be a 5+ on a D6, but because you've got the bonus grappling hooks, it drops down to a 4+.
Okay.
So roll 1d6, you need a 4, 5 or a 6. You got a 5, right? So you're successfully grappled. So what happens is the ropes have come across the top, and then essentially they're basically pulling the 2 ships together. So you essentially try to merge the 2 of them and meet as close as in the middle as you can.
Okay.
Okay? So now what's happening is you're now going to attack me, and obviously I'm trying to attack you at the same time. So we've aligned, now the attack. So you roll 1d10 per crew skill. So what's the crew skill of your is it your Grimstone?
Grimstone, which is the crew?
The
Which
CS,
is
the bottom. So you roll 6 d10s. Doesn't matter the colours.
I've got 4.
There's another 2. Okay? And I will roll on my alloy there. I will roll 4. Okay?
So you need one of these when I'm done.
Yeah. So just again, you're rolling 6 pluses.
6 pluses, yeah.
Yep. 6 pluses will cause 2 damage, and any 10s or 0s as they are on those dice will
Just 2.
So you've caused 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Just remember that.
How many of these do you need?
I just need the 1, and I'm doing exactly the
I've
same.
done 4 to you, haven't I?
Um.
Yeah, 2 each. 9.
Actually, what did can you remember what you got there? Did you get any? You're hitting on 6s. You didn't get any 5s, did you?
No, I think I got a.
Because you get +1 for your first grapple, basically for your first boarding action after grappling.
Oh, I'll throw them again.
One, I'll let you throw them again because I can't remember. That's my fault. I missed it.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it. Roll 6 dice and you want 5 pluses. Okay.
Better.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. So you've done
8
8 damage. So
Sorry, I wasn't shooting.
No, that's my fault. I missed that one. So I roll 4 dice, and I need 6 pluses.
Okay.
And I've done 2. So I do 4 points of damage to you.
I do 8 to you.
Yeah. So if you want to do if you want to put the 4 points of damage on yours, I'll put the 8 on my Alohi. And then basically that's it completely. That's it complete. So as you can see, you can do a lot more damage now when the ships. Yeah. The difference comes now is when we come to activate in the next turn, because have I activated that ship yet? Have I put the thingy on the wrong one?
Yeah, because you've moved these 2, haven't you? You haven't moved that one yet.
Yeah, I've put that on the wrong one. Yeah. So basically what happened now I get the choice now, and the last one to activate, so we can talk about it now essentially. I get the choice to try and fight you or to try and break away, to try and cut the ropes and try and escape. Okay, so I can like repel the borders, which is basically fight a board in action, or I can attempt to disengage, which is to roll a skill test with a -1. So I'd have to roll a 6.
Okay.
It's worth me trying to do it, because basically if I fail it, I've got to do a board in action anyway.
Yeah, okay.
So if you pass me just the 1d6, so I need a 6 to try and get away, and I got a 5.
Yeah.
So I failed.
So now we're going to have
So now we do another board in action again. So I'll roll my 4 dice.
Yeah.
6 pluses.
Yeah.
So I've got 2. So you take 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
And then you roll your 6 again. But this time you're hitting on 6s, not the 5s that you hit last time.
4 still, so 8 for you again.
8 points of damage.
And 4 for me, wasn't it?
Yes, so another 8 for me, which takes me up to 26, which is 1 below my nerve. So I'm on 26, and my nerve value is 27. So we're getting close there.
And this one's on its nerve value already, but that's already been...
Yeah, and that'll come in on the next turn as well. So that's the end of turn 2. That was a little bit more... bit more
interesting.
Bit more interesting, a bit more happened there.
Yeah.
We'll tidy that up, and then we'll come back for turn 3. Right, we're back with turn 3. Do you want to roll the 2d6 and let's see what happens to the wind?
7.
7 stays where it is.
Yeah.
So we'll move across the board again. It comes to me first, which is the Abyss, and let's activate that one. Now, let's think how I'm going to do this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something which basically is more to kind of explain another rule. There's something called fire as she bears, right? And what you can do is you can shoot during your movement rather than waiting until you get to the end. It's basically as you're sailing past, you're firing your cannons. So the reason I'm doing this is as I start to sail past you, there's going to be a point where I will I won't. I'm thinking I'm going to kind of toss you in the tea with the but to send them along the rake, but that's not going to happen, don't worry. So I'll do it anyway, just to explain how it works, because you actually get the chance to shoot back at me as well, because you haven't activated yet.
Okay.
Okay, and you can do that at any point as well. I should have mentioned at the start. Basically, you can if you haven't activated and you get the opportunity to fire, you can.
Okay.
Okay. But basically, what it means is you then can't shoot with them cannons on the when you activate.
And you'll go right. Okay.
And I'm not actually sure we've had the opportunity to do it yet. But let's crack on. So I'm going to move 4 inches. In fact, I'm not going to do the fire she bears because I might get the opportunity to try and come around behind.
You'll probably kill me off, to be honest.
To come around behind here.
I'm not in the luckiest of positions with that little fella.
Right, so I'm going to move to there. And turn. Right, so I'm not going to shoot you. So because, as you can, let me just put something, you can see there. So basically because the whole of the thing there is within my sides, like my broad sides. Actually, I still can't send Rake and Fire because the front of your ship projects out
Not
from them parallel lines.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? So basically, if I run a parallel line up there, your ship will eventually pass out of it. If you were further round so that it would always be in, then I can send a Rake and Fire. So I can't do that, actually. I was hoping that I might finish in that right place, but I can't, so I'm just going to shoot you anyway now. So my broadsides, 3 heavies, which are the blues, 2 lights, and 2 close combat. Hitting on 6s. Drops.
not feeling very confident.
It drops to 4s because I'm in less than 3 inches. Goes back up to 5s because you're a small ship.
Okay.
Okay. And we're hitting on 5s. So what have I got here?
Yeah.
Get rid of the 4. Get rid of the 2. Everything else hits. So that is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points of damage.
So that takes me way above my SPs.
Okay, right, so that takes you over your max now. Right, let me just double check because I think essentially what happens, I think your ship is basically crippled now.
Sounds like it.
Oh, sorry, no, it's destroyed, I think. If a ship has taken as much damage or more than its SP value after a shooting attack, the ship is destroyed and sunk. Remove the ship model from play. Okay? And what it does say actually is if it was destroyed as part of a boarding action, it stays where it is.
Right.
So I've basically blasted you out of the water and the ship sunk.
Yeah.
But if I'd got on board and killed all your crew, the ship stays there, just doesn't move.
Yes.
It can't be fired for the rest of the game.
Okay.
Okay, so that is that's the Abyss activated. The wind keeps moving across the board. It's now onto my gun brig. And let's have a look. What am I going to do here?
Oh, you're going to whack into me, aren't you?
It looks like I'm about to, yeah. Thanks for that. Thanks for parking just right in front of me. So I can't avoid you. I'm going to have to go straight ahead. Oops. I'm just actually hitting you with the front of the ship as opposed to the base. So we need to do skill tests.
Yeah.
Okay, to see if I avoid you. So skill test. If my ship is 2 sizes smaller. Right, so there's some modifiers to these skill tests for players. So you want to pass me one of the D6. I normally hit on a 5 because I've got regular crew.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm evading, it's +1, so I'm hitting on a 4.
Okay.
Okay? Because I'm not 2 sizes smaller, because you're a medium and I'm a small, I'm only 1 size smaller. I thought I got an extra bonus for that, but I don't. So I'm hitting on a 4, basically.
Okay.
So I need a 4+ to avoid you. And it's a 6. So
Okay.
it means that I haven't crashed into you. My crew were good enough to basically... So what it says is I have to move as little as possible to avoid collision to finish the move I was doing.
Yeah.
So essentially what I'll do is I'll move that way, there,
Okay.
and then that's... actually, it's not...
Finished the move you were doing, did you? Got another
Yeah, I can basically finish my move because I didn't collide into you. I managed to avoid you. It's when they collide, basically, that's when it's...
And, like game over.
that's when it's
game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just had this horrible feeling I'd done all of that not on camera. So he's going to move another 4 inches, I think it is. Oh, yeah, the gun brig going to move 4 inches. So it's going to move to there. And then it's basically going to... I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll just put that like that so I can move you. And I think I'm actually going to sail... Oh, I'm going to sail that way. I'm not happy I'm getting to the edge of the boat. I was going to try and... In fact, no, I am going to sail that way because this one will sail past next
Yes.
turn.
Unless this one has to go first. The wind
It
direction.
won't move that far around the board. It'll only move to north to the corners.
Okay.
So that is my gun brig gone now.
Okay.
Right.
So my go on
It is.
the Fury.
Yeah. And it looks like you're going to crash into the island.
Oh well.
I should just add, this is your first game. So thank you for
It is.
I think you've helped me out. So you crash.
You know, if it wasn't for the base,
Yeah.
no, that bit that you've stuck on though, that's not the ship.
But that's where you measure from. But you're going to hit. You're floating. Look, you've just. Right, so you crashed there, right? So roll your d6. You need to hit a 5. No, sorry, you need a 4+. But you've managed to do it. Okay, so that's all right.
So I'll just.
So you basically nudge it enough, so that you can finish it without colliding.
I know, but I'm going to collide at the next load.
No, that's the whole point, so that you don't collide on your next one.
All right, okay, even to another obstacle.
Let me just read it just to make sure then. Move the ships away to avoid contact and complete turn. So, like, so that that's so you can complete it.
Feels like.
Oh, thanks.
So I couldn't do anything else, could I?
No.
That's my.
That's all right.
And I've got 2 H's.
Okay.
Or should I do the other thing?
So it's different. If you're going to shoot, because you're shooting now into a boarding action. So you can shoot into a boarding action, but I think there's a chance. Is there a chance you can hit your own ship? Let me just double check. So sorry, but I'll just have to check that rule. So essentially, what it's saying is that you can fire into grappled ships. However, there's a chance that you could hit both of them and not just the opponent one. So first of all, you have to pass a skill test. If this fails, the shot is wasted. So basically, it's considered to have fired but missed. And if the test is passed, you roll to hit as normal, but you divide any damage caused equally between all ships.
Okay.
So you've got the choice. You can choose to shoot. You'll take some damage on your own ship potentially, or you can choose to ignore it. And basically, what you could do is just not shoot, and you can grapple in again because you're within 3 inches.
I'll do that.
Right. So you need to roll your skill test. So it's normally a 5+, but you've got your grappling hooks, so it's a 6+. So it's a 4+ rather. It's a 1, so it's missed. So basically, nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Yeah. You'll go.
Okay. So it's my ship that's grappled now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Now I can roll to try and escape. There's not much point because I'm going to crash into you if I do.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to fight you. I'm just going to try and fight.
4
So I rolled
again.
4 dice. 6 pluses.
Yeah.
Right. So I've finally got my first critical hit. Okay.
What's that?
It just does more damage. So each.
What do you mean though? The 0?
It's 0 basically.
Oh right. Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So I was hitting on 5 pluses. 6 pluses, sorry.
Yeah.
So get rid of the 5, get rid of the 4. So this one does 2 damage.
Yeah.
I think the critical one does 3 damage, I think. Yeah, natural 10s cause 4 damage. So it causes 6 damage in total.
Okay. So I'll take that now, so I don't forget. And then I'm doing 6.
Just before you roll, how many points are you on there?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15. But it's a 75.
Yeah, all right, okay. Do you want to just put a 15 on there so it's easier just to count on those?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I have another 3, please?
I think you got too many as it is. So you're hitting on 6s.
2, 7 and a 6. So 4 points for you.
4 points of damage to my alloy. Right, which does take me over my nerve value now.
Okay.
Was that 4 points you said there? Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5. So I'm now on 30 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, so we know that next turn we activate. Actually, it's your turn to activate now.
It is.
So actually you can create some damage. So I've got 36 hit points. I'm on 30. So actually you only need to do 6 points of damage to take me out.
Okay.
And remember now, because I'm classed as crippled now, the ship, basically I half my crew strength rounding up and doing boarding actions. So I only roll 2 dice now when I'm fighting.
Okay, so I may as well fight you then.
Yeah, you might as well
I'm on 6 and you're on 2.
Yeah. So 6 pluses.
Ooh. A 9 and a 0. So 4. Oh, does that give you an extra?
That gives you 4 points for that, wasn't it?
So 6
6
damage
points in total.
for you.
That's exactly the right amount to take me out.
Ooh.
I get to do this. I get to fight at the same time though, because the two things happen.
There you go. 2 dice.
Yep. So 6 pluses. I do 2
2
points
points
to you. But so when you destroy a ship in a boarding action, essentially what you've done is you've killed all of my crew.
Yeah.
So the ship doesn't kind of doesn't disappear, it doesn't go down. It just stays there. I can't do anything. I can't shoot it. I can't move it.
Okay.
But it basically just gets in the way now. It's just
Right.
like terrain now, basically.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll flip that card over just so I don't forget that.
Okay.
And that's the end of turn.
Round.
Is that turn 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So right, we'll get the token sorted and we'll come back. Okay, so we're back with turn 4 now. Do you want to roll the 2d6 again, and we'll see what happens with the wind. It's not done much yet, rather, but
5.
5. I think it stays where it is again. So we start with my abyss. Now I'm a bit nervous about everything kind of sailing that way around the board. So what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to be okay though. I'm not going to sail off this turn.
Just move you?
Yeah, if you can move me there, please.
Yeah.
And then I move on a red. If you want to just tilt me this way.
As far as you can go?
Yes, far.
No.
No, not too far. Let's say about. Yeah, let's say about there. And then we'll go another 4. And I think what I will do is I'm going to, let me see if I turn it slightly this way. Am I going to be able to shoot at you?
Good if you go further, I think.
Yeah, and I'll just double check to make sure I'm not going to sail off the end of the board next turn. Yeah, I'm all right.
I don't know if that'll hit me though. Is it not just directly here?
Yeah, I'm going to miss you, aren't I?
Yeah, you need to move further, but I don't know where you move from now.
Nah, I don't. If I move further, I'll sail off the end of the board next turn.
Okay.
So I'll just call that one a move, and then it's my
gun brig.
my gun brig. So I'm actually going to speed it up this turn. So I'm moving it to full battle sails, which means it gets 3 moves.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to get back around the board here. So it moves 4s. So we'll go. There's the first one. It turns on a red. So that's 1.
That's only 2, mind you, want to move 4.
Oh, so yeah, I was going to measure to the back of it, but yeah, it makes it right though. That's it. 4. That's the second move. Whoops. Put it here. And then the third move comes to here. And the reason you wouldn't want to do that is it actually gives you some negatives when you're shooting and stuff if you've been moving at full speed.
Right.
So that's that one done.
You done?
That's me done. I have nothing else I can do. Actually, hang on.
Can you not shoot?
Yeah, I was just going to say I can probably shoot there. I've got light weapons. They're only 14 inches, I think. So I'm out in range.
Okay.
So it's back to you.
So it's my Fury.
Your Fury, which is kind of tucked around the back there.
Oh, so I'm going to go slow.
So
Let's get 1 move.
You're slowing it down, so you only get 1 move.
And I'm on a...
Yeah, as long as you're close enough, that'll do it. And then you get to check
for next time. Also, it'll be fine, actually.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah, you will be fine, actually. Yeah, you will be. So now you get to move your Grimstone. Because basically, my
Can I not shoot backwards? Oh, it's only 1C. That's not. I'm too far on it.
Yeah, you're too far away.
Okay, so now I'll use the
And my ship now is basically just
in the way,
floating out at sea in the way. So you.
So I'm going to go 4.
Do you want me to move?
Please.
Yeah. So you want to move 4. Whoops. To here.
And then I'll go. I'm on a yellow.
You want to turn it?
Thingy.
I'll tell you what I'll do. If I put that there, just to give you a bit of space.
And just move me as far as
to there, yeah.
Possible. Yeah.
And then we'll put that back.
Fab.
There.
Yeah. That's it.
Was that 2 moves there, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that you all done?
No,
that's your first one, yeah. That's all right. Close enough, man. We're all friends.
Right, what's his weapon, this dude? 4 H's.
So you want to...
Too far, I think.
No, I don't think you want... Ooh, it's 20 inches, I think, isn't it, on that weapon?
4 H's?
Yeah.
22?
No, it's 22 on an indirect weapon. It's 20 on that one. Yeah, you're just out.
On a 4H?
Yeah. Heavy weapons are 20 inches. It's indirect weapons are 22 inches.
What's an indirect weapon? Oh, your special one.
That little cannon on the front of my...
Okay, fine. Well, hang on then. I've not... I would have gone further round.
Okay.
I don't know where it was, but about there.
I'll give you that. So that's turn 4. That's everything done, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is what happens when things get a little bit more spread out, isn't it? Like, because we've got a couple of ships sort of basically dead in the water. So, yeah, it's getting interesting. We're starting to face into each other now. So, yeah, we'll sort of tidy that up, get ready for turn 5. Right, here with turn 5. Let's see what happens with the wind. 7, stay where it is. That means that my gun brig activates first. So, let's okay. So this gun brig here is going to, it's going to move 4. I speeded it up last time. Do I still want to speed it up this time? I'm going to slow it back down to 2, which is like normal sails or battle sails, whatever it's called. So it's going to move 4 to here. And it turns on a red. So we're going to come back around to here. And then it's going to move 4 again. So here. And then it's going to turn again. And then it's going to shoot at you with its front cannon there. This is the one that's the indirect weapon.
Right.
So it's running with 1. So it's outside of 10. That's it. So it's hitting on a 7.
7. Oof.
So it hits on a 7, which is good.
What do I get for that?
So this one does D6 damage. So if you pass me one of the D6s, so basically I roll this, whatever comes up is how much damage you take.
Okay.
4. So you take 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is my gun brig done. Next one is my abyss. So this one's getting a bit close to the edge as well. So if you can move that for me, please. We'll move it 4 inches.
Yeah.
And then we'll turn it as much as I can so it doesn't go off the end of the board. That's it. And then let's move.
You've got to go another 4, haven't you?
Sorry?
You've got to go another 4, haven't you?
Yeah, let's go another 4.
Yeah.
And then let's. I'm not happy about having to come down here, but I'll come down that way. And obviously, I'm going to shoot you with my front cannon. Mm-hmm. So front cannon is 1 heavy, so I'll just roll 1 dice. You're within 10, so it's just straight 6+. 3
Okay.
Missed.
Okay, my go.
Yeah, so you get to do both of yours now.
Okay, so I think let me just check.
Yeah, you're okay there.
And once I've
Now remember,
changed direction.
well, you're still at speed 1.
Now I've changed it back.
You're back to 2 now. That's what you want to do. Okay,
But I have to move far enough away, can't I?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted to check that you know that you
Oh, hang on. Should it not be this one first?
Yes, it is that one first.
Brimstone.
Yeah.
Okay. So same.
Do you want me to move that for you?
Please, 4, please.
So 4 to here.
And then it's a yellow. Hang on then. So it's got 4 H's on the side.
Yeah.
So I'll do...
Hang on though. What I would do is, if I was you, I would turn it, move, and shoot the second time.
Why?
Because if you don't move this time before you shoot, you're gonna sail off with your second move.
What different?
So you've moved once. Did you slow it down just to one movement?
No.
Right. Okay. So if you've moved first time.
Yeah.
If you shoot now before you move, I mean that means you're not moving.
I mean, because I haven't used my arc. You mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I see what you mean.
That's it.
Which I can't shoot now.
Can't shoot now, but you will.
Sorry, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but you will be able to shoot next time. So 4, isn't it?
Just forward 4, please.
Hi, no, you're not. You're not going to be able to shoot unless you turn and deliberately sail off.
But will that not? Where's the front arc thing that you did?
Well, let's square you up there then. Yeah, front arc will be fine, I think.
Although I'm only on a... Oh yeah, I'm a 4 at 2H.
Yeah, so it's in your front arc.
So 2H.
Let me just double check the distance. I think that's within 8. Sorry, within 10. Yeah, it is.
Within 10.
So what you on? Sorry. What you were rolling 2.
2H.
These are stiff. So you're rolling on 7s because I'm a small ship.
Okay. 8 and a 7.
So that does 2 points of damage.
2 each.
Sorry,
1 each.
They're heavy weapons, aren't they? So it's 4 points of damage.
4 points.
So that puts me on a total of 8.
Okay, and then it's my other.
Gunbrig.
My Fury.
That's not. Yeah. Then now it's your Fury.
Okay, so I'll go forward 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's only on this red thing. Him. It's okay though. What's his weapons again? 2H.
Do you want to turn first before you?
I don't think I'll be able to hit you if I turn.
You might not, but will you measure your distance? Are you going to sail off the board next turn? You're going to go to there, and then you're probably going to sail off, aren't you? Where if you turn now, you'll save yourself.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Can you not hit him? No, can't hit him. What about his front arc? It's not going to hit him, is it?
No, oh, the front arc.
Oh, and he's only 1C, so it's no.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
good. Okay.
Right. So that's everything done, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of that turn. Okay, so we're back with turn 6. Let's see what happens in the wind. And it's 10. Right, so it actually doesn't do something. So it moves 1 step anti-clockwise. So it goes back into that corner. So the wind is coming across from the corner. I think it's essentially still going to
like that.
hit.
Your 2.
It's going to hit mine too. I think it's going to hit
that one, then that one. So
yes. So yes, it's in the same direction. So yeah, my gunbrig's going to come first. And I think what we'll do is we're going to sail. I'm just going to sail 8 straight forward to there, and then we will turn it just ever so slightly. Oops. There, and I'll shoot my broadsides at you. So that's 2 light. I'll just use any dice for this one. And am I within 3? Let's just double check that. I'm not sure if that's within 3.
Maybe just.
Yeah, it is. So I get point blank. So my my 6s go down to 4s.
Okay.
Okay. Just as well, I got a 4 and a 1, so I do 1 point of damage.
Which one is that on?
That's on yours.
Grimstone.
Your Grimstone, yeah. 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And that's my gunbrig done.
And then it's.
And then it's my
one
abbot,
again with that different way. I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
Just.
So I think what we're going to do then is.
Ooh, stand them off.
If you move that one for me. And Can you just move it again, actually, another 4? And then we'll turn that. It turns on a red, doesn't it? Yeah. And I'll turn that towards you there. And I'm going to try and shoot you. So it's 1 heavy on the front. I'm not within 3. I didn't want to do a boarding action here, by the way.
You get stuck in that whole same thing again.
Well, you're a lot tougher than I am. I don't want.
Right.
I don't want that.
Can I do that? Are you?
No. Well, only if you end in 3. You can't start. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Sorry. So I'm hitting on 6s.
Yeah. Okay. No.
3. My dice rolling has been atrocious.
So my go.
Yeah.
Starting with my Grimstone. It's 4.
Are you turning it all, yeah?
Hmm?
Are you turning it all?
Yeah, can you just push us around a bit so I've got you in my sights?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'd go to try and go past your... I'm trying to help you here, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to go... I actually want you to get to about there, I think. So it's probably better there. And then if you go another 4 to here, right? And oh no, it's still.
I don't want to do that. Will you put us back?
Yes. I was trying to get you so that you could shoot like rake fire down there.
Ah, right. Okay. Sorry, I see what you mean, but I don't want to.
No, it's fine. Okay.
Right, 4H.
Yeah. So
4H your ass.
Let me just. I think you're within 3, aren't you?
Surely.
Yeah, you are. So you're hitting on. You'd normally go down to 4s, back up to 5s because I'm on a small ship.
A 5 and an 8.
So that'll do 4 points of damage.
And then I'm gonna.
2 seconds. That puts me on to 12 points of damage. So I'm not quite at my nerve value yet. You're gonna turn and try and fire from the rear.
I've got a 2C, so I think I can.
What's
from my rear?
on
I'm on
red.
yellows. Sorry, love.
Yeah. Yeah, of course you can.
So I can get you with my.
Because that's gonna fire from there, isn't it? So that's straight into the back. Yeah, and it's the close combat ones are within 8 inches. You're within 8. You're outside of 3 though now. So you're hitting a small ship. So you're hitting on 7s.
An 8?
An 8, yep. So close combat does 3 points of damage. And no, it's not the one with the flame belcher.
No, it's
so 3 points of damage takes me to 15. So I am now on my nerve. So yeah, so next time I come to activate, I have to check.
Okay, so now it's my Furies.
Yeah, now it's your Fury.
Okay.
Now this is the yeah.
Please, sorry.
Move to here.
And
do you want to turn? Or do you want to fly?
Could I hit your side on from there? Can't, can I?
No, you're gonna.
Right. So yeah, turners, please.
Where do you want to be?
I'm on red.
Yeah, but where do you kind of roughly want to end?
Just put it behind us so I can think about it. Thank you.
Just don't want you to sail into us, that's all.
Need you in my arc. Where's the thingy that tells us the arc of?
You're in the arc there, no problem at all.
Right, well, I'll do from there and I'll hit. Hang on, what's me? I'm only 1C. Am I within?
Right, you are within range, but can I advise you that you sail forward, do your next turn?
Oh, I need to. Sorry, I was forgetting I could move.
You can move again because that way you'll be in what do you call it? Well, there's a couple of things you can do.
Move us forward for them, please.
Okay, so we'll move to there.
Because then I'm quite.
Come to here. You can turn a bit more if you want.
And I don't want to.
You don't have to.
Though, do I?
No, but no. Actually, no. You don't even have to turn. Stay where you were there, so you don't crash next turn. You're within 3, so now you're firing from your front arc here. So you're hitting me.
Yeah.
You could set me a light. You can do a boarding action afterwards.
Oh, I've got that flame thing. Well, I'll.
So
I've got to throw this first, haven't I? It's 1C.
So it's 1C. So you roll 1. You're hitting on 7. On 5s because it starts at 6. It goes down to 4 because you're within 3 inches.
It goes up because you're a
Then
small
it goes
ship.
up because I'm a small ship.
3.
So you missed.
Missed. Yeah.
Okay. That's you done. That's
Me done.
End
That's
of that's the end of that round.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll tie you up and come back.
Okay.
Right, so we're back for turn 7. 2 turns left to go. At the minute, this is looking a bit shaky for me.
Yeah, but I've got 1 ship.
You've lost a ship. I've lost a ship.
But you must get more points because yours hasn't completely disappeared.
It has. All my crew's dead.
All right.
Ship's
Do
just
you not
no
get
more.
points for having a ship?
But the other one is you've also taken this gun brig down as well to below half points, so you'll score points on that one as well.
Okay.
Anyway, let's roll for the wind again. See if that changes any of the outcomes. No. It does.
Oh, 3.
So 3 moves from 1 clockwise. It comes back to where it was.
Ooh.
Which means that you move first.
Right. So I've got to move, haven't I? So where's the pass the measurer, please?
Yeah. 20 what?
So, right, what's my options?
Did you just do the angle from the front there rather than the rear of the ship?
Oh, I think I did. I might have done that.
I wasn't watching, I was reading something.
Does it matter?
Just where your back ends up, really.
I might have done it both times.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to change the
I
outcome.
don't know if I did actually. I might not have.
It's not going to change the outcome of the game. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. Let's just carry on.
I think was I there? Because I've just moved it back. Wasn't I?
Sorry, I was reading something about
I
crippled
think it was
ships.
there.
It's your first game. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Can I go for him?
You can draw a line to it, but it's, well...
Just I may as well.
Let's see how far away you are. No, you
far.
can't, because it's
Too far.
out of range.
And I can't go for him, can I? So
no, you can't, because
Fine.
it's
Oh,
just because you can't.
you're
Right, now this is what I was just reading up on there while you were doing that. That's why I didn't see what you were doing. So my gun brig now basically has taken 15 points of damage. That's its nerve value. So because it's now activating within 10 inches of an enemy ship that hasn't surrendered and that isn't is medium or larger,
Yeah.
I have to take a nerve test.
Okay.
Okay, so and if I fail the nerve test, basically I surrender.
Well,
Okay. So can you pass me one of the D6, please? And right,
you got to get.
I need a 5, basically. A 5 or a 6. Oh, 5. So
Saved.
I passed the... Let me just roll that straight off the table.
Excited there.
So I passed... I did get excited. I passed the surrender test. Right, so, but it's still classed as crippled, but it passed its nerve check. So basically, it can't move any faster than battle speed. It halves the number of weapons it shoots. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move. It's 4 inches. It is 4, this one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Move it 4 inches up to here. Might as well shoot. It halves its number of attacks, so it's only got 1 light weapon. It's within 3 inches, so it's hitting on 4s.
Okay.
5, so it does
damage
one point of damage. And then it's going to seal the rest of its merry way and try to get out of here. Except I think I'm probably going to end up causing some problems a bit further down. Right, it's your fury now, isn't it?
Right. So, am I within? Where's the thing? Can I have the?
Mm-hmm. Remember, you can't shoot after you've moved. Oh, you could shoot actually before you move.
Can you?
Yeah, but with that, you know, that one I was telling you before, where it's basically kind of what you called.
Like, why are you moving?
Yeah, I think it's what's it called?
Can you do that with your back one?
It's
I
called.
don't know if I'm actually within range though.
It's called like Snapfire. It's called Fire as She Bears.
Oh, I don't think I'd really get you though, would I? You're kind of not really in.
No, not really.
That's fine then. So I'll just go forward 4, which is my...
Yeah.
Yeah. What I kind of need to do.
Whoop.
Then I'm gonna... red. It's not side on, so I've got to go again.
It's. Oh, you're trying to take this one out.
Yeah, and that one's in the way of that one, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it is. I'm forgetting that one's destroyed.
But now
it is.
Can I go for that one?
You can. So.
2 H's.
Yeah, and it's not obstructed, I don't think. So 2 H's. Let me just double check. That's all right. Just keep them numbers. I was going to roll to see what. Yeah, you're within 8, so it's less than 10. So you'd be hitting small chip. You'd have been hitting on 7s.
I've got a 7.
You got a 7 and a critical. Right. This is the first critical hit we've done. Right, in shooting. We did critical hits on board and actions.
Right, okay.
So what happens is when you hit a critical hit, there's a table that you roll on for critical damage to the ship. So are they both the same, or was there one of each that you rolled?
Both just 2 H's.
2 H's. So it causes 4 damage to the ship. So I'll put that on first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know where we're at. And I can keep tracking that. So that. Sorry, that's it. So it's done 4 damage.
Then I roll a d6.
Then you roll 2d6 because there's a table basically which causes critical hit table. Okay. So you roll the 2d6 and we'll see what that causes. So 6. So 6 to 8 is minor structural damage. The ship takes an additional d3 plus 1 damage. So roll a d6. So you got 2. So it's d3. So 1 and 2 equals 1 damage. A 3 and a 4 would equal 2, and a 5 and 6 would equal 3. So it does 1 damage plus an extra 1 damage. So it causes 2 more damage to me. Okay.
How are you doing over there?
So I'm now on 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which kills me. That's me blown
Another one gone.
Another one bites the dust down to Davy Jones' locker. So that one does blow up and comes off the board.
Okay.
Okay. And then it's me to activate, isn't it now? Mm-hmm. I'm just chasing you around the board now. Trying to catch you up.
When you got 1 damage on him.
Yeah, he's only took 1 damage. But to be fair, it's going to be it would take you a while to cause any kind of let's do it here.
Are we on number 7 here?
This is 7, yeah. But to be fair, we can probably call it after this because you're not going to take me out, and I don't think. Oh, we'll see. Let me do. I'm going to shoot you here anyway. So let's see.
Yeah, go on. See what that one does, because that's the risky one. The other ones.
Which one's the risky one? The one I'm going to shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm within 10. It's actually shorter at the front there, so that's okay. So I'm firing everything I've got. So that is 3 blue dice, 2 reds, and 2 blacks. Falling out my hands there. And I'm within 10. It's just straight 6s. Okay. I did get a critical hit, so I'll get rid of the 2 and the 3 and the 2
and the
1. So it does 6, 7 damage because they do 3 each. Yeah. Back ones. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you can pass me the 2 dice, I need to do a critical dice check on you. A critical hit. So that is 6. That one's minor damage as well. So it's D3 plus 1. So it's another 2 damage on top as well.
Okay, let me just work out what's going on here. Another 2, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want to count up and see where you're at?
Yeah. That's just. That can be a 10. That can be a 5. So I need a 10 and a 5. So my nerve's 22.
Yeah.
But my ship points are 30. So my ship's okay, but my nerve points are taking a battering.
Right.
You've got another go, haven't you?
Another go.
Did you move twice there?
Yeah, I did. I move twice.
Okay.
So.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because I came around, didn't I?
Okay.
So that's the end of that round now.
Okay.
How many? I think it's worth playing another
Let's play
round
it, because
I could.
This one could go
At the minute,
still.
I'm getting half points. I could potentially
this
take
one
it out.
could go.
So yep. So we'll tidy that up, and then we'll come back for the last round.
Okay.
Okay. So let's roll a 2. I'll roll them this time to see what happens with the wind. It's a 7. It stays where it is. So that means that you're going first.
Have the ruler, please.
If we can.
Oh, yeah, man.
Captain Birdseye. 4.
See, the problem is all my stuff's in the way, isn't it?
Yeah, it is actually. I know what I'd be doing if I was you next, but I'll wait till you finish this first.
Because what's this dude? Who's it, him?
Yeah.
Can I hit through here? It's too far, probably, isn't it?
It's probably
So it's
too
22
far.
inches.
It's 20 inch in range anyway, so yeah, it's out of range.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so I'll leave him there. Actually, did I move him a little bit there? Did I go like that? I'm just going to have him there. And then this one here.
Right.
I'm just going to run away from here.
No, hang on then, because I haven't activated, I'm going to fire at you before you move. So that's the thing I've been talking about. We've never actually managed to get round to doing it yet.
But I've moved once already, so you're too late.
No, this one you haven't.
I've just moved him 4 inches.
Yeah, but I was saying I was firing at you.
So you want me to go back?
No, you can leave it where it is, but we assume that you were still there when I fired.
Well, let's go back then, because it might change what I might never be able to move.
No, it won't change. Well, if I blow you up, you blow
That's
you
where
up.
I was, yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna basically do what's called fire as she bears.
Okay.
So I'm going to fire all my weapons at you. So just because I can. So that is 2. It's 3 blues, 2 reds, and 2 blacks.
Yeah.
Now, basically on the table where it's modified again. So you're not over 10, but it's a snap fire, so it's a -2. So I'm shooting you on 8s instead of 6s.
Fine.
So basically, I'm just taking a shot.
Random shot.
And I'm trying to do that before you get away, basically. So I'm hitting on 8s. Okay.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of criticals in there as well. So
2 criticals and a 9.
2 criticals and a 9. So
I'll take. Oh, well, I'm
take 3,
I'm
4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage. I think that is. Yeah.
Well, you've taken us down.
Am I taking you down there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to roll on the 2 criticals just to see what it would have done, right?
Just for the
fun of it. So that one is a 7. It would have done the same as we did last time, D3 + 1. And that one is a 11. That one was crippling damage. The ship takes an additional D6 + 4, plays a blaze marker next to the ship, and the ship is now on fire. So you would have kept taking damage unless you were trying to take it out.
Already down.
But it's already down down to the bottom of the drink. So what we'll do is we'll count up and see who won the scenario, and then we'll come back. Okay, so Future Andy here. I've just been finishing editing up the video. Right at the end, the bit where I shot against Lou's ship and blasted it out of the water before she moved, there's a slight mistake there. The rule basically says that if she finishes a move action in sort of sight of my broadsides, I can shoot her. Now, I think from viewing the footage and remembering the game, when she makes that first move, she still would have been in the broadsides. So I don't think it's not really changed the end of the game. And even if she wasn't, I would have moved around afterwards anyway and shot her and hopefully rolled them same dice. But yeah, very minor change to the game. That didn't really affect the outcome, but I just wanted to clarify the rule. Okay, so we've just totaled everything up there. So the victory conditions for this game basically was that we just had to take each other out the best we could. You get all of the points for any destroyed ships plus any upgrades. So you had a 28-point Fury with 2 points for your grappling hooks.
Yeah.
And then you had a 10-point Hunter with another 2 points for your grappling hook. So that was a total of
42.
42 points. Now you took out my 16-point Gunbrig, but you also took out my 30-point Aloy, which puts on 46 points. And then basically what we'll do is now the difference between our scores is 4 points. If it's 10% of the total cost of the fleet, Total cost of the fleet, I think, is something like 106 points or something like that.
That's not.
So it's not. So because you didn't have more than 10% difference, we've played a draw. So well done for your first game.
Not bad.
Hannah. So I'll close that out and we'll see you after this. Thanks for watching my video. I hope that you really enjoyed it. And if you did, why not consider clicking on the suggested video below to see more of the work that I've done. If you'd like to support the long-term sustainability of this channel, why not consider checking out my Patreon, where you can pledge and support from as little as $2 a month, and there is lots of different tiers and bonuses which will give you access to a private Discord server. It will give you free t-shirts, free mugs, a podcast every month, and a number of other things, including getting your name at the end of every video, like these awesome folks who already support me now.